What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Run. Now, they done got me today. They done got me started, man. I seen something on Twitter, and they were talking about Tracy McGrady, prime Tracy McGrady. They were saying, who would win one-on-one, prime Tracy McGrady or Kevin Durant? And I seen this, and I lost my mind at first. I'm like, maybe I'll go with Kevin Durant. I was like, I like Kevin Durant, he's sweet. Tracy McGrady was the man, but, Kevin Durant is sweet. And then I took some time and stepped back and thought of it like, well, Tracy McGrady, he was like really, really good. He was the man at the time. That's T-Mac right there. He was the man. and then I broke it down to myself when I thought of it, and I said, well, sometimes it's easier to go with the guy you're watching consistently. We watch Kevin Durant almost every night, but we haven't watched Tracy McGrady in a minute. We haven't prime Tracy McGrady. We haven't watched prime Tracy McGrady in almost a decade. Probably more than a decade, actually, yeah. So after reviewing and looking at the guys, I let the situation go. I'm like, whatever. I just keep my thoughts to myself. And then I happened to see J.R. Smith comment on, it was the Slam magazine that put this whole thing out, Tracy McGrady or Kevin Durant. And J.R. Smith commented and said, Kevin Durant, not even close. And I'm like, really? Not even close? You don't think it's close? This is Kevin Durant, and Tracy McGrady's not a scrub. Come on, man. Not even close. So I let it go. I thought, I'm like, all right, now he's tripping a little bit. T-Mac was the guy. T-Mac was that man during the time period. So, I started leaning toward T-Mac a little bit. And then Evan Fournier, some guy who plays with the Orlando Magic, he came out and he was like, JR, I agree. Not even close. Kevin Durant. And I'm like, all right, that's it. It got me hot. That's it. All right. Now, Kevin Durant, great player, great scorer, great shooter, can dribble a ball 7 feet, has a 7'4" wingspan. A straight animal. I get it. I completely get it. But when I say it's super easy to forget how good or Tracy McGrady can be, or how good Tracy McGrady was, because we don't watch him consistently anymore, you will easily forget. I'm going to actually put a video. I'm going to drop a video of like some highlights when I post this podcast, and then you just check it out. It'll be on my Twitter at _Manny30. I'm going to drop it over there so you can watch and get a feel for what I'm talking about. This is just in case you forgot how good Tracy McGrady really was. So Tracy McGrady, during that era when he was playing basketball, it wasn't as much as finesse, and it wasn't as much as shooting threes and all of that kind of stuff versus how it is now, because in the era Kevin Durant is in, they shoot a lot of threes. They do a lot of, they don't go to the paint as much and try and bang with the big guys. And then when they do go to the paint, the big guys aren't the same. They moving out the way. They don't want no problems. They don't want to get dunked on, nothing like that. But when Tracy McGrady was playing during his era, them big guys was down there trying to block everything that came toward them. So Tracy McGrady was going down there literally dunking on everybody. He was slamming on anybody who tried to step up and block his shot. So that was amazing to see. And Kevin Durant, that's a side comment. I'm gonna leave that out of here. That's a side comment. That's a side comment. But Tracy McGrady, not only would he go to the paint and dunk on your center or probably 3 or 4 people, but he would also kill you because he had a jumper. He could shoot threes, he could make shots, he could make mid-ranges, he could make fadeaways, all of that stuff. And another reason Tracy McGrady gets the slack here in this comparison, because of Kevin Durant and Tracy McGrady and T-Mac, or Tracy McGrady, who is T-Mac. Another reason that he gets the slack for this is because, one, his career was cut short because of so many injuries. Kevin Durant has not been injured. Actually, I don't even think he's been injured. Every year, or he might have had a small injury. It's nothing significant. I can put it that way. So we're used to watching Kevin Durant consistently, like I said. But because T-Mac's career was cut short because of so many injuries, knee problems, back problems, we never got to see his prime last longer than what it could have been. And during that prime, people forget, he was up there with Kobe Bryant. He was up there with Kobe. Like I've always been a firm believer that if Tracy McGrady was healthy and could stay healthy forever, his name would be right up there with Kobe. Just in terms of dominance and the ability to score the ball. Because Kobe was an assassin, but Tracy McGrady was right there. Kobe, they gave each other problems when they played each other. T-Mac gave him buckets. Kobe gave him a little bit, but they both played great defense, and that's something that I don't think people take into consideration in 2018 when you haven't watched a player I'm talking about T-Mac, when you haven't watched him play in over a decade. So it's easy to side with Kevin Durant because that was my first thought. That was my first thought to go with is Kevin Durant because I'm watching him all the time. I haven't watched Tracy McGrady in a long time. So as I continue to think about it, like, okay, Tracy McGrady, damn, this man is really good. I'm like, oh, man, did y'all forget 13 points, 33 seconds against the San Antonio Spurs? I don't think y'all heard me. 13 points and 33 seconds. It was actually the anniversary for that performance about 3-4 days ago, something like that. But Tracy McGrady, he man, crazy performer, hell of a performer. His career high was 62 points when he was with the Magic. It was, I wouldn't say it's a landslide pick from anybody because either way, both people, Kevin Durant and T-Mac, both of them are great athletes. I think Tracy McGrady was a little bit more athletic during his prime. I think he was a little bit more athletic than Kevin Durant, but they both can score the ball crazily. It would be a game of one who can get hot the quickest. That's my opinion on it. Who can get hot the quickest, and what comes along with that is first ball. Who gets first ball as well? If Kevin Durant got first ball, he gonna get more touches on it, but he better not miss. I can tell you that much. And if he misses, then it might get bad. If he misses around 7 points in a game to 11, then he might have a chance. But if he misses around 4 points, oh, it's bad. It's bad because Tracy McGrady is coming. And if Tracy McGrady was to get ball first, and he happened to get hot, whew. When Tracy McGrady got hot, it was just as bad as Kevin Durant getting hot in today's era. He did not miss. Neither one of them missed. Kevin Durant doesn't miss when he gets hot. When Tracy McGrady was in his prime, he did not miss. 13 points in 33 seconds and won the game. It was amazing. So ultimately, I would go with Tracy McGrady. I would go with prime Tracy McGrady. I really like prime Tracy McGrady. I like the diversity in his game, how he would go dunk on you. He would make threes. He would make mid-ranges. He could hit you with post work and fade off of you. He did so much. Not saying Kevin Durant can't do any of those things because he will, and he would definitely dunk on you, hit you with some moves inside the three-point line and make threes in your face. So equally, but I got to go with Tracy McGrady on this. I would hope Tracy McGrady will pull off the dub, and I will be rooting for him if it ever happened, even though it will never happen because prime Tracy McGrady is far from over. But prime T-Mac was just something way too special for me to just say Kevin Durant got it by a man.